Hello everybody, welcome back to Anantalakshmi Academy. Today we are going to cover one of the important topics of progressions chapter, which is nth term of arithmetic progression. Even before to this, we have covered two video sessions. The first one was dealing with the introduction and the second one was covering exercise 6.1 problems. Not all of the problems are solved, but few of the difficult problems are being solved and uploaded as a video as part 2. And today we are going to start part 3 of this video session. As I told you earlier, we are going to deal with nth term of arithmetic progression. Today's topic is, let me write it on the board. What is AP? AP is nothing but arithmetic progression. So for me, as a student, when I was learning, what makes the subject interesting is, especially if you are learning a topic, you should have some interest towards it, right? How do you get that? You get that when you know where to apply it, how to apply it. How to apply it, you will know later. First of all, you need to know where exactly this is being applied. All right, that's what makes me interesting towards learning a new concept. So I'm going to teach you in the same way, just the way I used to learn it. So even before I give you what is nth term of an AP, how to define it, why to use it and all, I'll tell you where what is the need, where exactly we need to use this particular concept. All right, so let me give you an example. Myself, say for suppose, as I am teaching maths, say for suppose I am getting paid amount of 10,000. Currently I am not being paid for this. I am just doing for my satisfaction. All right. So let us assume not only me, a maths teacher is getting an amount of 10,000, and if she performs well throughout that particular year, the management is going to increment the salary by 500 rupees. This is salary and this is the increment. Okay, now so what is the example that we took? It is not my case, I am telling you. We are just considering the example of a teacher whose salary is 10,000, and if she is performing well, she is gonna get an increment of 500 per year. Okay, so now let us assume the teacher is very good and she does perform very well, so that she is getting the increment of 500 every year. All right, so what happens the very first year? First year salary would be 10,000 per month, isn't it? The second year salary would be like 10,000 plus 500, isn't it? Because if she performs well, I said that she is going to receive an increment of 500 rupees. That's how. And then the third year salary is going to be this amount plus 500, isn't it? So 10,500 plus 500, isn't it? Now the fourth year salary, if we are to consider, then this is going to be equal to 10,500 plus 500 is 11,000 plus 500. All right. Okay, now if you look at this particular example, wherein here, okay, let me write even more. If I try to write out 5 years, 6 years, and I am interested in knowing the teacher's salary after 10 years. All right, you can simply do it like for 10 years. This will be like you can go on with the calculation 11,500 plus 500, 12,000 plus 500, 12,500 plus 500, and go on, you can writing it. But if I ask you to calculate the same salary, the teacher's salary after 25 years, after 30 years, 35 years, then the calculation becomes cumbersome, isn't it? You have to do many more steps. All right. So instead of that, let me give you a quick trick to this. First thing you need to observe here is this is 10,000. I'm going to add plus 500 to this to achieve this second year salary. And once I got it, this amount 10,500, again I am giving a increment of 500, the fixed number 500 every year I am adding up to the previous salary, to the before number. If you clearly observe this particular example exactly matches with the arithmetic progression definition I have given you. If you observe this list, the series of salaries that we got are nothing but they are obtained by adding a fixed number which is 500 to the previous number, isn't it? So we figured out that this example is going to fall in arithmetic progression. Now look here. So for the second year salary, what I am going to do is I'm gonna leave it as it is. This thing, the third year salary, I'm going to write it as 10,000 plus 500 plus 500, which in turn can be written as 10,000 plus 2 into 500. Okay, the third term. Likewise, the fourth term can be written as 10,000 plus 3 into 500. If I am to simplify this further, for the third year salary, I can write it as 10,000 plus third year minus 1 into 500. And fourth year salary, I am going to put it as 10,000 plus 4 minus 1 is nothing but 3. Isn't it? The same thing which we will be getting by doing the same. So what I am trying to tell you is, in order to get the second year salary, we were just doing this A plus D. And in order to get the third year salary, we were doing 3 minus 1 into the common difference. For the fourth year, we were doing 4 minus 1. If I am going to ask you for 10th year, that would be 10,000 plus 10 minus 1 into 500. Isn't it? That's the same pattern which we are following. Likewise, if I am asking you for nth year salary, if I am going to ask you for nth year salary, we can write it as initial salary plus nth year minus 1 into the common difference. This is nothing but the concept of nth term of AP. Now you got the point where exactly this is being used in order to calculate some data over a period of time, after a period of time, when this particular pattern is being followed. In such cases, we use this arithmetic progression, and in order to figure out those calculations, you need the nth term of arithmetic progression. How do we calculate arithmetic progression? Nth term of an arithmetic progression, an. Nth term is denoted by an is equal to a. What is a? The first term of an arithmetic progression. A is the first term of arithmetic progression. D is common difference. An is nothing but nth term of AP. So clear? That's the concept that we need to learn for in order to figuring out nth term of an AP. Now that we are done with this concept, we have dealt with so many concepts even before to this video. All those concepts together are being solved in exercise 6.2. Now my suggestion would be to you guys is to pause this video right here and go through the examples and come back to this particular video only after going through the examples, and you are ready to get started with the exercise problems. Alright. So let me rub it off. In the meanwhile, you go through the examples. So here I am ready with the exercise 6.2. First problem already listed on the board. I hope you have already gone through the examples. So that way you will be like familiar with all the problems. Okay, so let's get started without any delay. And if you have observed this particular table, I am just solving the second and the fifth bits of first problem. All right, rest of them I'm leaving them for your practice. If you observe this particular table, here they have given us A, D, N and AN. By now you should be familiar with this terminology. A is nothing but the first term of an arithmetic progression, D is the common difference, N is the nth term, sorry, AN is nth term, and N is the like the term which we are going to figure out. The so and so term will be given, right? That is the number. All right, so let me get started with the second one. What is given for us? Given the first term, A is equal to minus 18, N is equal to 10 and AN is equal to 0. What is the formula that we have learnt for nth term of an arithmetic progression? AN is nothing but A plus N minus 1 into D, which is given as 0 for us. So A is minus 18 plus N is 10 minus 1 into D is equal to 0. So this 18 I am going to send that side. That way it becomes minus 18. If you send that side, it becomes plus 18 and D is equal to 2 as the cancellation. 9 2s are 18. Okay, that is about the second bit. Let me solve the fifth one for you. So fifth one says, given, what is given for us? A is equal to 3.5. The common difference D is equal to 0, N equal to 105 and AN is equal to, that we are supposed to figure out. So again, using the same formula, AN is nothing but A plus N minus 1 into D. Okay, AN is equal to, so what is A? 3.5 plus N is 105 minus 1 into D is 0. Anything multiplied with 0 is going to be 0. So 3.5 plus 0, this is going to be AN is equal to 3.5. Alright, that is about the first problem of exercise 6.2. Let's jump into the next problem. So here we have the second problem written on the board, which is asking us to figure out, to find the 11th term of AP. 11th term of AP. Okay, so let me write it as, given AP. What is the first AP that is given for us? I'm going to write it as, given AP is minus 3 comma minus 1 by 2 comma 2. This is the AP given for us. So from this, what we can draw? So first term equal to, A is equal to minus 3. Next, common difference. D is equal to A2 minus A1, right? So that way this becomes minus 1 by 2 minus of minus 3 minus 1 by 2 plus 3. As you take LCM, this becomes minus 1 plus 3 2 is 6. This is nothing but 5 by 2. So D is equal to 5 by 2. Now you know A and D and N is given, right? 11th term. N is equal to, N is given, similarly given, N is equal to 11. That implies AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. This is a known formula. So I am going to substitute the values of minus A is minus 3, N is 11 minus 1 into D is 5 by 2. So that becomes minus 3 plus 10 into 5 by 2. 2 5s are. This is going to be 25 minus 3 is going to be 22. So A11 is equal to 22, isn't it? So A11 is nothing but 22. All right, that is about second bit in second problem. Now we have the third bit in third problem, wherein they are asking us to find, okay, A2 and A3. Find the respective terms for AP, wherein they are asking us to find A2 and A3 of this particular terms. Okay, here it is given as A1. Solution given, what is given for us? Okay, A1 is equal to 5. What is A1? we know an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Right. So a1 becomes a plus 1 minus 1 into d. a1 is equal to what happens? A. Okay, let me consider this as equation 1. And now, if you go to a4, similarly, given, what is given for us? a4 is equal to 9, 1 by 2. a4 is nothing but a plus n minus 1, right? 4 minus 1 into d is equal to 2 9s are 18, 19 by 2. Okay, so this becomes a plus 3d. 4 minus 1 is 3d. And this is going to be 19 by 2. Alright, now when we say that a1 is equal to a over here, we have that which is equal to 5, right? Let me consider this as equation 1. A is equal to 5. Now, substituting, let me consider this as equation 2. Now, what am I going to do? Substituting 1 in 2. So, A is equal to 5, right? I am going to substitute the same over here. So, that way this becomes A plus 3D. A is nothing but 5 is equal to 19 by 2. 3D is equal to 19 by 2 minus 5. 19 minus 10 by 2, which is nothing but 19 minus 10 is 9 by 2. 3D is equal to 9 by 2. D is nothing but 3 by 2. Okay, the common difference is 3 by 2. Now you know the first term and the common difference. Can you figure out the second term and the third term? Yes. So A2 is equal to A plus 2 minus 1 into D, which is nothing but A is 5 plus 3 by 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. D is 3 by 2. 5 to the 10 plus 3 by 2, which is nothing but 13 by 2. The second term in the series is 13 by 2. Likewise, let us calculate the third term. A3 is equal to A plus 3 minus 1 into D, which is 5 plus 2 into 3 by 2. 5 plus 3 is 8. A3 is equal to 8. Alright, here A1 is equal to 5. When they have given you A1, for your understanding, I have substituted in the formula as well. A plus 1 minus 1 into D, that is nothing but A. A1 is equal to A is equal to 5. Okay, now substituting the same in the second equation, you got what is D, and after that, once you know the first term and common difference, we figured out the second and third terms of this particular series. Okay, yeah. So here I have the fourth problem written on the board. Let me read it out for you. It says, which term of the AP is 78? While telling you the concept of the nth term of an AP, the nth term, when nth term is the last term of the AP, it is also referred as with a notation called small l. Okay, if you see anything in examples, if you are confused, this is the time to get clarified. Last term of the series is arithmetic progression is represented by small l. Okay, so let me get started. So what is given for us? In AP is given AP 3, 8, 13, 18 and so on. Okay, from this what can we draw? From this we can draw the first term equal to A equal to 3, common difference equal to A2 minus A1, which is nothing but 8 minus 3, D is 5. Now, let us assume let AN, the nth term of the series is 78. From here, can we figure out N? That means that the so and so term of this AP is 78, isn't it? So, let's get it solved like that. So a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 78. What is a? 3 plus n minus 1 into 5 is equal to 78. N minus 1 into 5 is equal to 78 minus 3. N minus 1 into 5 is equal to 75. 5 ones are 5, 5 5s are. So n minus 1 is equal to 15, which implies n is equal to 15 plus 1, which is 16. So n is nothing but 16. So which term of the AP is 78? Therefore, 78 is 16th term of AP. Alright, that's about problem number 4. And we have the second bit in fifth problem over here. Let me read it out for you. Find the number of terms in following AP. So here the total series is given by excluding some of the numbers. This is the first term and this is the last term. They are asking us how many total number of numbers are there in this particular number is nothing but the terms are there in this particular series. Okay, so let me write what is given for us. What is given? An AP is given for us, which is 18, 15, 1 by 2, 13 and so on, and the last digit is minus 47. So if I assume the last number to be the nth term, can I figure out n? If I know which term is this, say for suppose this is 20th term, then there are 20 terms in this series, isn't it? If this is, if you know the count of or the number of this particular term, then that is the end, right? That is nothing but the total number of terms in this series, isn't it? So let us solve the same way. Given from here we can draw first term a is equal to 18, d is equal to a2 minus a1, 15 1 by 2 minus 18, nothing but 31 by 2 minus 18, which is 31 minus, if you take LCM, that becomes 36 by 2, which is nothing but minus 5 by 2. So the common difference is minus 5 by 2 and the first term is 18. Now let an is equal to minus 47. So I am assuming that to be the nth term. So if I get to know what is n, we can figure out how many number of terms are in there. Okay, so a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to minus 47. We know everything except n. That is what we are supposed to figure out. Okay, a is 18 plus n minus 1 into minus 5 by d is equal to minus 47. So n minus 1 into minus 5 by 2 is equal to minus 47. This 18 I am sending the other side, that becomes minus 18. So 8 plus 7 is 15, 4, 5, 6, minus 65. N minus 1 into minus 5 by 2. Okay, this minus and this minus gets cancelled. 5 ones are, 5 threes are. Okay, now if I send this to the other side, that becomes 2 minus 1 into 13 2s are 26. That way n becomes 26 plus 1 implies n is equal to 27. So the 27th term is minus 47. Hence, how many terms are there in this? Therefore, there are 27 terms in the given AP. Alright. So looking at the problem, we need to figure out how can we solve this problem. What is the way we could solve that? What is given for us? If I assume this particular number as nth term, can I figure out what is being asked? That's what you need to think and then start solving the problem. Okay, that is about this video. In this video, I am just going to stop here with the concept and the first 5 problems. We will discuss the rest of the problems in the next video sessions. Alright, till then keep watching Anantalakshmi Academy and also please circulate these videos into your 10th class friends or any of your relatives studying in 10th class. And that's all about this video. Thank you for watching.